All right, folks, let's do problem number 2, okay? Let's see what we got here. Now this is all about conversions, so I'm going to set this up in conversion factors. We start out with molecules, 9.033 times 10 to the 23rd. Actually, this is atoms of carbon, okay? And we're trying to convert to moles. Now here it is, folks. Really, with these problems, we're going to have 2 conversion factors at all times. You're going to have the ones where it says 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms, molecules, formula units is equal to 1 mole. Or you're going to have the other one that says some sort of grams is equal to 1 mole. In this particular case, 12.01 grams of carbon is equal to 1 mole. I like how they abbreviate mole, just getting rid of an E, of carbon. So these are the 2 conversion factors you're going to need, okay? Those are the only ones when you're going from grams to moles to molecules. Now you just have to figure out how to use the darn things. So we're going from atoms of carbon to, the second column here is to moles of carbon. So which conversion factor goes from atoms to moles? Well, this one goes from atoms to moles. So this is our conversion factor. So the units that you start out with have to match the ones at the bottom. So let's start that out. 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms. Carbon. I know it's atoms because it says atoms. If it's an atom by itself, an element, use atoms. If it's a molecule, that's basically a covalent compound, 2 nonmetals, then use molecules. If it's an ionic compound, which is either a metal and a nonmetal, or more than 1 nonmetal, then that's use formula units. So this is how many atoms are in 1 mole. This is my conversion factor. Double check, make sure the units cancel. We end up with moles. So this times this divided by this. Math people, you can see it's the same thing. So you're basically dividing 9.033 divided by 6.022. If not, just put in your calculator. Make sure in your calculator you use parentheses or you do that whole thing with the 9.033 second function. It's so obnoxiously complicated. EE to the 23rd to get this number here. Don't do times 10. Just trust me on this, or just parenthesize the heck out of it. You do the math and you end up with 1.5 moles of carbon, okay? Which is pretty nice. The next step is asking you to go from moles of carbon to grams of carbon. Well, which conversion factor is grams and moles? It's this one here, folks, also known as the molar mass, okay? Molar mass. All right, so now we need to go from 1.5 moles to grams. So let's erase that. Here we go. I'm going to go this way. 1.5 moles of carbon. And we're trying to get 2 grams of carbon. And this is the one that we need to use because it has moles and grams. Okay, so moles of carbon underneath here, 1 mole of carbon is 12.011 grams of carbon. You don't have to write carbon twice, but I did just for fun. Okay, you do the math. 12 times 1.5, it's around 16. Do the math. It's 18. And we're going to stop at 2 significant digits because this is 2 significant digits. Okay, there it is.